Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Okay. So this episode I'm not gonna mark as explicit, but I am gonna give a disclaimer. We will be talking about masturbation. Okay. So to me, I feel like even with young people, masturbation is something that they should learn about because let's be honest, it starts at a young age. Like kids are curious. Okay, kids are curious. It starts at a young age. I don't think it's nothing wrong with talking about masturbation. Some people feel like it's something wrong with talking about masturbation and sex and all kind of stuff. For what? I mean, it's a part of life. You got to talk about it. It's best to talk about it than to not talk about it because then if you don't talk about it, then kids are gonna explore and do their own thing. So just letting y'all know if you saved, sanctified, and Holy Ghost Spirit and you don't want to hear this, then you might want to go and cut it off now. But so I wrote about this topic. I made a video on this topic. I've written about this topic in my book, One Flesh, the celibacy handy dandy workbook, which is available on victorianpublishing.com. Hmm. And it's available on Etsy. Hmm. Oh, okay. Check that description though. But so what is masturbation? I mean, it's obviously the pleasure in your private areas because I'm gonna try to keep it as PG as I can, but that's kind of hard for me. Pleasure in your private areas or any part of your body for stimulation and pleasure. So the scientific part of it is masturbation releases dopamine into your system, and it also releases oxytocin, which is something that you have during orgasms. But oxytocin lowers your cortisol levels, which is related to stress. So for those of y'all out there that do masturbate, that's me. I'm included. I'm celibate. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? I got to do something. I can't just sit here and just waste away. Can you imagine the level of stress and anger I would have? I'm already bad. Can you just imagine? Lord, listen here, okay? For those of y'all that do, how do you feel afterwards? Like, do you feel stress free afterwards? Like, do you feel a calmness that just is in your body? Even when you have sex, it's the same way. It's orgasm is orgasm, but we talking about masturbation in this one. So ask yourself. Now you ain't gotta put it out in the public, but ask yourself, how do you feel afterwards, or reflect on it. Like it's releasing. It just kind of, oh, like you just kind of just lay there like, oh, okay, got that out. But but the conflict there is a lot of people fight with it and feel guilty about it because it's a sin. I get that question, is masturbation a sin? Yes. Yes, it is. Anything involving lust or even thinking about lust, lustful thoughts, lustful actions, sexual actions before marriage, masturbation, anything like that, that is considered a sin. For those of y'all that do read the Bible, Matthew 5:27 to 28 definitely talks about it. But I, from my standpoint, now this is strictly my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. Uh-oh. Let me clear my throat. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. But that's like my theme song of this podcast. But even though it is a sin, so is everything else we do. Like, how many times, if y'all hear something, y'all, my stomach growling, I am hungry. But how many, how many times a day do we sin? You know that just thinking about it is a sin. Oh, okay. So, is it a sin? Yes. Do I feel like people should be convicted for doing it, or people should be like labeled or condemned? Then no, no. Everybody is entitled to free will. Everybody is entitled to free will. If it's something that you experiencing, something you want to experience with, something that you're doing, it's healthy for your body. Okay, there is a scientifically proven aspect. Again, I talk deeply more into it in my book, but it is scientifically proven to be healthy for your body. So everybody has free will. Do I feel guilty about it? No, especially because I'm celibate. Like, what do you want me to do? I learned about it at a young age because I have a very butterflyish, I call her a social butterfly, but I have an aunt that talks about sexuality amongst other things like culture and stuff like that, but she taught me and my cousin early about stuff like that. She was the cool aunt she the cool auntie that we can go to and, like, talk about stuff, like, get real deep on it. So I kinda learned about it early, but it's a lot of kids out here that's watching porn, that's experiencing it, that's doing and then they tend to do it behind your back. So if you don't have a conversation with them, then they're gonna do it. They gonna do it regardless. Like, you might think they not, but I promise you they watching porn. Y'all better watch them phones. At some point, people start wondering, like, kids start wondering at some point. Me, I may have found let's just say, parents, if you got sex toys, can you keep them locked up a little bit better than yeah. That's how I've kind of figured out what sex toys were. Busted. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Where you been? Okay, I'm sorry. Got distracted. But it's a part of I'm not gonna say it's a part of life, but it's a part of most people's lives. Like it's something that we all I promise you, at least everybody has masturbated at least one time. Like at least one time. Even if you didn't do it, you thought about it. At some point in your life, you thought about it. Don't sit here and lie to me. You thought about it at least at one point in your life. So and then when it comes to celibacy, it also makes it a little bit more convicting because celibacy is to abstain from all sexual acts, including masturbation. So I like I said, have a few loopholes to my celibacy, but that's between me and God. That ain't got nothing to do with you. If you feel a certain way, you feel a certain way. I can care less. I'm not gonna stop masturbating. Yes, I'm saying it. Okay, I put my business out there. Again, I wrote a book. The book is there. Okay, it's there. I really strongly suggest y'all get this book. It's not just about celibacy, it's about sex as a whole. But I think that society tends to look at it from a different perspective. And especially in younger people, they feel bad about it. And it's not something you should feel bad about. Like it's healthy for your body. It's everything we do is wrong. Like everything we do is a sin in the eyes of God. But what do you do? What do? We ask for forgiveness, right? We ask for forgiveness. Jesus died on the cross to save us from our sins. And you can ask a holier than thou Christian, and they will literally condemn you for even thinking about sex. Like, how dare you? You're not married. You shouldn't be doing those types of things. And it's just like fornication. And it's so much judgment out there, I think is the issue. And that's why we don't openly talk about it. And it's a topic that we should openly talk about. Do y'all know they age restricted my video on YouTube about masturbation? I just wanna put that out there. Like, as if kids don't think about masturbation. Come on now. This is a teaching moment. But it's something that we all experience. It's something that we all want to experience. Like I have people that come to me wondering, like, is it a sin? Do I feel bad afterwards? Is it okay to do it? Like, I'm thinking about it. Is that wrong? Like, it's again, lustful thoughts, yes, it is a sin, but you shouldn't be condemned for it. If you gonna do it, then you gonna do it. It's your life. It's your body. You can do what you want to your body. Just be safe. Like, well, when it comes to sex, definitely make sure you being safe. Safety first. I've never gotten an STD from masturbation, so I gotta grow up one day. But a lot of people ask that question, and it's funny because I am celibate. Almost everybody asks me if I masturbate. It's crazy. Like y'all be amazed at how many times I've gotten that question. So yes, the answer is yes. The answer is always gonna be yes. I was doing it before I was celibate, during celibacy, and I'm probably gonna do it afterwards. Okay, I'm not gonna stop. Now there comes a point where you reach addiction. Like it's a such thing as being addicted to masturbating. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's healthy. Like I said, it's scientifically proven with releasing dopamine into your system and lowering your cortisol levels that that's stress. It's a way to relieve stress. I mean, let's just be honest, it is. There's multiple ways to relieve stress, but when it comes to your body and your brain and these chemicals that are in your brain, That's one of them. Like, that's what I got to say on that. It works for me. I don't know about everybody else. Like I said, everybody experience is different. But I know it works for me. Do I do it every day? No. First of all, I'd be too tired sometimes. I'm just letting y'all know. But it ain't something that I do every day all the time. Like, it's just not. But everybody is, like I say, everybody is different. But if you do it, don't condemn yourself about it. Like, especially if you do it during celibacy, because celibacy can bring so much pressure on a person. Like, it's just so much. It's like rules and regulations. People have different views on it because it's a religious aspect to it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't feel like people should condemn themselves for anything just because, like, it's one thing to feel conviction. Like, I have felt conviction before just because I know it is a sin. But I mean, you shouldn't be condemned for something. If you're gonna be condemned for that, be condemned for cussing, be condemned for even thinking lustful thoughts, be condemned for if you having sex, be condemned if I can't remember if I just said it, Lord, my memory, cussing, murder, rape. It's so many sins out there that we commit, even if they're small sins. Like, I don't feel like one sin is greater than the other. Now the Bible does say it is. That my personal opinion, I don't feel like it is. I feel like sin is sin, you ask for forgiveness. Um, Karma is a thing. Just throwing that out there. And I think I threw that out there just because I've been abused. Bastards. But and then another thing, while I'm thinking about that, the aspect of it is I feel more safe as a sexual abuse survivor masturbating than I would being sexually active with somebody. Because it's me. I can't hurt me. Like, I can't assault myself. So it's more of a comfort thing for me as well. So, and again, being celibate, you ain't really got much of an option. Like, I'm telling y'all wouldn't want to be around me if I didn't. So don't condemn yourself for it. I mean, if you do it, you do it. Like, again, it's your own body. People have to realize that their body is theirs. You can't let anybody tell you what to do with your body. You can't tell anybody to tell you, you can't let anybody tell you what to do with your life unless they're speaking positivity into your life. You are you. And I posed a question to my YouTubers. I said, what is the one thing that you take with you everywhere you go? Yourself, right? Your body, right? So how can somebody else tell you how to live your life and what to do with your body and what to do with the things like that you're doing in your life when they don't have to live your life? They don't have to walk in your shoes. They don't have to wake up with you every morning in your skin. They don't have to when you go to the bathroom, when you go get some water, when you going somewhere, like you can't say, "Oh, I left myself in the house." It's not a pair of keys, it's not a wallet. You can't say I left myself in the house. Let me go get myself out the house. Your body go with you everywhere you go. Your mind go with you everywhere you go. So you don't let nobody else tell you what to do. Unless you're a kid, you do gotta follow your parents' rules. Okay. I just want to put that out there. Don't be disobedient. But you can't let nobody tell you what to do with your body. And if you are a younger person and you do want to talk about it, I suggest you, depending on the type of parents you have, you never know. Like, ask questions. Tell them you want to know about it. And if you feel condemned, then go to somebody that you feel close to. You can come to me. Like, go to somebody you feel comfortable with and ask them. I've had people do that too. And then I've had people ask on other people's behalf. So, that is my little short spiel on masturbation. Again, I do have a video on it that's on my YouTube. If I find it, I will put, well, they restricted it, so I mean I can, but you gotta be 18 and older to watch it. But you can type in masturbation celibacy and I'll pop up because I've talked about it so much. I actually wrote a blog on it too. Girl, you just be out here doing stuff. I'm the celibacy master out this joint. But but that's my quick little episode on masturbation. Again, if you have any questions, it doesn't matter what the questions are. I know this season is kind of focused more on celibacy, sex, relationships, stuff like that, because it's something that I just really want to touch on, especially because I've done it before. So if you do have any questions or if you want to hear me talk about something related to this or related to something else, then let me know. Okay. Again, my information is always in the description, and I also always have a question. I know you can see it on Spotify. I'm not sure if you can see it on other platforms where I ask and you can put in the answer, and I have to hit publish in order for everybody to see it. So usually for something like that, depending on what it is, I won't hit publish because it's something that I just see. Or, like I said, all my information is there. You can just hit me up and say, "Hey, can you talk about this? Like, I'm having trouble with this." Let me know, y'all. It's the Motivation with Me podcast, okay? So let me know what you need motivation in, what you want to talk about. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.